watching us. God is watching us. Hey, may I plug in the?
Yes. Do you want to plug into my phone or on?
No. This is my light. I'm going to plug into
Oh
the wall.
yes, that's right.
So you could, if you want the phone in, we'll do what you just did.
I think we're all set.
That's fine. No, keep your phone charging.
Okay, yeah.
We need the dehumidifier for an hour or whatever it is.
Is it okay if I put it here? You won't be back there, right?
No, I mean, usually, occasionally I do a little rat catching during the service. Listen, if you lob a softball over home plate, I'm swinging for the fences every time. Okay? You got that straight? Great. Of course. Don't expect a straight answer now. You guys are starting. You guys are starting, right? You guys are starting the service.
Yes, we are.
So you guys do whatever you do, and the first thing we're going to do is candle lighting. And if anything changes or we got anything wrong, just say to me.
So, Anita, I just want to make sure it's clear what you're doing. Two opening songs, Lachado Di, Mincha Mocha, and two closing songs?
Yes.
That's it.
And our housekeeping also.
No, no
No?
housekeeping.
That's what you're telling me.
No, that was on the original.
Okay, so we're going to do housekeeping?
Yeah.
So which one do you want to do? Okay, Mata
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
really
the
excited.
color.
Oh, thanks.
You can't see my mouth, but
Yes. And I guess we'll do the allocated goals.
Okay, great.
so for the first two songs, can I just?
You can do whatever you want.
Let's see.
Yeah, and when I
How's my sound? Good? Nice? Okay. Did you check yours? Okay.
How is my sound?
Not on.
How is this?
Good.
Very loud.
Okay. No, loud is good.
I know.
Great.
that won't be in your way, right?
Oh, and if
Right.
what about the pillows? Are they?
Do what you want. Do what you want.
I don't want you to be uncomfortable.
Well, they're not like beds of nails. They're pillows. They're cushy.
If I have this one.
I might want to take one of them home because I've been a little bit lonely. So if that's okay. Okay.
Okay, he's going to get them. Anita, if play something, they'll come in.
Where is it? We need one. We don't have one.
Shabbat Shalom. What a beautiful way to begin. You know, I'm reflecting on that initial song that the choir so beautifully sang. I was reading a piece somewhere in some publication that talked about how it's actually hard to capture the communal nature of the pandemic because it's so personal, it affects each of us so differently. But hearing that song actually helps me. It helps me process what it was like for all of us last year and what it's like in an ongoing way and how we pulled together and formed a community. And it's just so moving to see us all together here tonight as that community. So thank you. We also welcome those streaming in our virtual congregation. We know you're there. We're glad you're there. Thank you for being with us. Shabbat is that time where we relax. We take a deep breath. We let the tension go from our neck and our shoulders and our jaw. And we just breathe in that space of rest and renewal. And Shabbat is also that time of joy, of celebration. And we're so happy, Maddie, to celebrate with you tomorrow. We invite you with your parents and your sister to the Bima as we welcome the light of Shabbat into our hearts. Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'echad likner shel Shabbat.
Amen, amen. We begin our service on page 12 in our Siddur. As a reminder, if you're in the choir and your Siddur is on the floor, please don't leave it on the floor. That's not where it goes. We know that. Page 12, Lechu neranena, come sing joyously with us to God.
Lechu neranena l'Adonai, na'ariya letzur yisheinu. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Nariya, nariya letzur yisheinu, lekarma fana betoda. Nariya, nariya letzur yisheinu, bizmirot nariya lo. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Nariya, nariya letzur yisheinu, nekarma fana betoda. Nariya, nariya letzur yisheinu, bizmirot nariya lo. ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ, יירם הים ומלואו, יעלו שדי וכל אשר בו, אז ירננו כל עצי יער. הדתות תבל בצדק, ועמים באמונתו.
We sing Romemu. We're on page 17, the bottom paragraph. Romemu.
רוממו אדוני אלוהינו וישחררו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו וישחררו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו.
You sound amazing.
כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. Adonai Eloheinu v'yishachravu le'har kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'yishachravu le'har kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu.
We turn to page 20, where we sing the poem Lecha Dodi.
Please sing along with us on the chorus. The choir requested.
Shabbat,
So Lecha Dodi is considered the official welcome to Shabbat. So now that we've welcomed Shabbat, let's welcome each other. Take a minute to say Shabbat Shalom to somebody new. Make a new friend. Say hi. I never don't like this song. I always like it. We continue our service on page 22, Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat, a psalm for Shabbat, page 22. Please sing with us.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות. אל תאסור ולנבל, אל תחיגיון בכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מה גדלו מעשיך העוד עמקו מחשבותיך. מה גדלו מעשיך מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך.
So you know that when we're lucky enough to have the choir here on a Shabbat, I like to take the opportunity to tell a story, a Jewish story. And this story is about the Hebrew letters. As many of you know, the Hebrew letters in Judaism are imbued with an extra sense of meaning. They're not just letters. They have mystical qualities. They have symbols. Each letter refers to a number, so they're weighted. And this story goes out to all the children, either in this room or beyond, or maybe the children we once were, who are a little bit more on the quiet side, who do the right thing behind the scenes, but aren't necessarily at the front of the line, raising your hand and shouting out. It goes like this. Before there were people, before there was a world, before there was a sun or a moon or stars, there were only words. The letters of the Hebrew alphabet were nothing but fiery jewels in God's crown, waiting to be released, waiting to come together, and waiting to shed light on the world. God was ready to create the world and wondered aloud, where do I begin such an important project of creating the universe? Just then, the 22 letters of the alphabet burst from the crown and stood before God in a great commotion. All the letters were shouting at once, clamoring for attention, pushing and shoving, Each tried to speak first. Tav, being broad and vigorous, pushed her way to the front. With both feet planted firmly, she boomed, "Use me, God. Create the world through me. I would make a great choice. Tav is for Torah, your holy law. What better way to start the world than through me? Don't you agree?" Yes, Tav, you are special for being the letter to start with the word Torah. But it would have been nicer, maybe to brag about it a little less, God said with a sigh. To remind you not to be so impatient, you'll have to wait 3,036 years until I give the Torah to the children of Israel on Mount Sinai. Tav slouched away quietly. The other letters were busy arguing among themselves and boastfully making their cases before God. Gimel galloped about. Shin showed off by juggling his dot with all 3 arms. Yud flitted back and forth, telling anyone who would listen that she stood for the number 10, so she should start the 10 Commandments at the very least. Meanwhile, the letter Bet and his friend Aleph were talking quietly in a corner, trying hard not to be noticed. Being the smallest, they usually tried to avoid the crowd and felt comfortable only in each other's company. While everyone else was arguing, Aleph was whispering earnestly into Bet's ear. "It should be you, you know. Go on, step forward, you can do it, talk to God. Why should they always get so much attention? You're special too. Bet, after all, is for bracha, a blessing. Every time someone blesses God, it will be thanks to you. So go on, Bet, tell God." By this time, all the other letters had made their arguments to God, but each letter had been turned away just as Tav had been. In the quiet that followed, God heard what Aleph had been saying. "Tell God what?" God asked with a smile. "Uh-oh," was all Bet could manage to say. "Don't be bashful, Bet. Aleph is a good friend. What she said about you is true. On her recommendation, I will create the world through you. You will be the first letter of the first word in the Torah. Bet stands for Bereshit, in the beginning." The other letters, recognizing the justice of that decision, cheered. "But," God added, "I will not forget the kindness and modesty of your friend, Aleph." Just then, Tav burst out, "Aleph is the first letter, only number 1. But I come last, the 22nd letter? That's a lot more than 1. Will you really put Aleph before me?" "Yes, I will," God replied. "In fact, little Aleph, step forward. Come on now, don't be shy." By then, the other letters were pushing Aleph to the front, congratulating her and patting her on the back. Aleph stood trembling before God's presence, blushing from head to toe. "But God," she stammered, "I only count as 1. "Oh, Aleph, 1 is not small," God answered. "1 is great. I, your God, am 1. So here is your reward. I will begin the 10 Commandments with you. I, the Eternal, am your God." Aleph is the first letter in Anochi, meaning I. So the first thing the children of Israel will see when they read the 10 Commandments is you. Aleph beamed as all the other letters rushed forward, picked her up, and carried her on their shoulders in a dance of celebration. Bet reached up on tiptoes and gave her a big hug. Once again, this pure act of friendship did not go unnoticed, and they were rewarded even more. As Aleph and Bet stood hugging, God announced that forevermore these friends would be united, and that together all the letters would be named in their honor. And that is how the 22 letters came to be known as the Aleph Bet. What do we learn from this? From this we learn you don't have to be the loudest in the room. You don't have to push yourself forward, although sometimes if you do, that's good too. But Aleph is kind. Bet was kind. they were friends, they did the right thing, and they earned God's praise for that. We continue our service with the Baruch Hu on page 28. Please rise.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam va'ed.
Please be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim b'chokma poteach she'arim, uvitunam meshane itim umachalif et hazmanim, umisader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, barayom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or.
ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, נגה יומם ולילה. מאהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Gonna need some help with Ve'ahavta. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך
ובכל מארצך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך. בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
ועשית את כל מצוותיי, ניצבים קדושים אלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We continue with our song of freedom, page 40, Mi Chamocha. page 46. Please rise for the Amidah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avoteinu ve'Imotzeinu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'Konei Hakol, Ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot ve'Imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, בחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, תומך נופלים והופך עולים, ומסיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדומה לו, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצליח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We continue with silent prayer. offer a prayer for healing for those in need of in our community, healing of the body, mind, spirit. If you'd like to make a Misha Berach for somebody tonight, please share their name now. Misha Berach Avotinu v'imotinu, Avraham, Yitzhak v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, Hu Yivarech et HaCholim. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And together we say, Amen.
Bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Yisheberach imotenu bekor habracha. Those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We pause for a moment in our service for joy, and that is worthy of taking a moment to honor. So this is the part called our smachot, where we share happy things that have happened. I don't know, a birthday, exciting, something that happened at school. Say it, Sandy, sorry? Having the choir here makes us very happy. Who would like to share some good news with us? Leah.
I get to see one of my favorite children tomorrow. I'm babysitting her.
Excellent. So I'm going to repeat it for the people watching at home. Leah gets to see one of her favorite children tomorrow who she's babysitting for. I hope it's a lot of fun. Go ahead.
My school won a band competition and we got higher than gold, so we got a perfect score.
Mazel tov. Her band won a choir competition, got better than gold, which I didn't even know was possible. So that's amazing. Stella, go ahead.
At my school, they're doing a Little Mermaid play.
Oh, I heard that from your mom. At her school, they're doing a Little Mermaid play. That is so much fun. Yeah, Gideon, go ahead.
My aunt came today as a surprise, and it made me very happy.
Oh, that makes me happy. Your aunt came to surprise you today. Yes, Jonah.
My friend's gonna get a baby sister in a few weeks.
I can hardly even deal with that. It's such good news. His friend is going to get a baby sister, and Bezrat Hashem, with God's help, in a few weeks' time. Yeah. Okay, we're going to take a few more. We're overflowing with good news, which is a great problem to have. Okay, go ahead, Talia.
It's Maddie's bat mitzvah.
What? Maddie, it's your bat mitzvah tomorrow. We're so happy for you. Amazing. Okay, yeah, last one.
My graduation,
Fifth grade graduation in a few weeks. Excellent news. Okay, fine, one more. Can't resist.
I got into the middle school I wanted to.
Oh, wow, it's that time of year. Yeah. We know what a big deal that is in New York City. Not easy. We continue our service on that feeling of joy with Aleinu on page 282, and we ask that you please rise.
Aleinu leshabeach la'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וקור עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
We turn now to Kaddish, which is on page 294, as we recall those whom we've lost recently or at this time in years gone by. We mourn the passing of Shirley Friedman, Russell Lees, Ted Horowitz, Helen Jansen, Lee Brosgol, Trudy Kaplan, James Aragona, Bunny Zimmer, Gladys Schuker, and Robert Friedman. We observe the yahrzeits for Florence Kogan, Robert Fisher, Joseph Breidner, Norman Shear, Nicholas R. Klein, and Hannah Billett. Are there additional names at this time? We rise for Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechul beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'olmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishabach v'yitzpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'el kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'el kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen.
Osei shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'el kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel.
Please be seated. So I have been delegated with the task tonight of doing announcements. So this is a bit of a stretch for me, so just bear with me here. On Sunday, we are going bird watching as a community in honor of the Dayenu Circle, which is an effort that the Village Temple is very dedicated in to fight against climate change. Consider coming. It's bird watching. You're outside. It's nature. You're not on a screen. You're looking at the city in a completely different way. Join us. Meet people. Annual meeting coming up May 25th. And if you can't come, please make sure to fill in your proxy. We need a lot of them. Shavuot is coming up. Please come celebrate those 10 commandments with us. And last but absolutely not least, Maddie, Mazal Tov to you and to your family who's here from near and far and everywhere. We're so thrilled to have reached this day, truly. We will close with words of blessing, followed by our fabulous choir. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. Yisar Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace.
From a distance, there is
Shabbat Shalom. Join us for Kiddush and Motzi next door. Shabbat Shalom. Anita.
One thing before we leave. So the choir and I wanted to give this to Anita because this year she has just been so amazing and she's just been the nicest to us. We want to give this to her as a gift.
Anita, play something for us. Underneath. Shabbat Shalom. It's over. Stand up. Go next door. Shabbat Shalom.